We pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Alright everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill, Extreme Tech. We're going to do another video, take a look at how much my 29 machines are making on salad right now. I can say machine 30, the parts are on the way. I don't know if all the parts are on the way, but some of the parts are on the way. So we will start seeing, I should get machine 30 underway here pretty soon. It's going to be another 3070 rig because I have a 3070 still sitting in here. So, it's coming though. So, any day now. If we look at how much we've made so far for the last 24 hours, it looks like it's been pretty much between about 30 and 40 cents here for every 15-minute block, which puts it at, I guess, $36. So it's been a little bit above 35 cents. Easy way to kind of rough estimate this, if you can figure out, like, this is a pretty straight line for me, I'd say. So it looks like it's been running containers pretty consistently. But if you find where exactly the actual median is, you multiply it by about 96, you can kind of say is 100. Should figure it out for you, but yeah, because these are 15-minute blocks. So it looks like it's going pretty consistent, going good. Last 7 days, all look pretty consistent, all in about that $35 range. So it's pretty good. We look at the last 30 days. I don't like it when it's these thin lines. I don't know why it's a thin line sometimes it's thick lines. I don't know. We can still see the one hurricane right here where I kind of power flickered a little bit, but we didn't really lose power. And then we see the real hurricane here, see Milton, where I lost power for like 3 days, and then we got power back, and then I lost power again. And then everything's been coming back since. Had a $40 day, and then we're pretty much all at about like $35 a day. So definitely running pretty good. If we look at this for the 29 machines, I have two 20-core rigs, one 16-core AMD Threadripper, a whole bunch of these BC/PC.com combo kits. I think I have 13 total of them. And then essentially the two 20 cores are basically the same thing, except I put a bigger processor chip in them with a stronger cooler. Because that was what I was going to do, but it just... salad's not really appearing to matter, so I still haven't even messed around to put the other 4090 in the 20 core. I still have the 4070 Ti in there because I just don't care. Cores wound up not really mattering as much as I thought, so then I have one 12-core Ryzen, 4 8-core PCs, 5 6-core PCs, and 3 4-core PCs. The next one is going to be another Brandon Coin BC/PC combo kit. So let's go to the first machine we have here. It's 20 cores on an X99 motherboard, so the 20-core chip. 96 gigabytes of memory. RTX 4090 is doing $5.60. It's a high priority job. It's running on version 1.6.7. So I'm not going to cancel it and put it on the new version. Wait till the job is done and then it'll go. Yeah, don't stop anything in the middle of a job to do anything. It can all wait. Finish the job out and let the job get finished. We go to the next machine. We have another 20 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one is just calculating. Boo. I could maybe put a 3090 in there right now. I do kind of want to see what a 3090 would do, but I don't know how much I really care. Does it really matter? Is there a real big difference between the 3090 and the 4070 Ti right now? Like, I don't know. I do kind of want to put a 3090 in there just to see, because I do have 3090s not running. So I may do that. I'll think about it. We'll see, though. I do have one 3090 running, which is on the next rig. So my AMD Threadripper 1950X, 16 cores, 64 gigabytes of memory, RTX 3090. This one's doing $3.46. I believe this is the medium tier job, the medium priority job. I believe this is the only 3090 I have running right now. So my other 4 3090s that we're going to see, I believe they're all calculating. So I did a video on that this morning to complain about it, because I did notice that they were all updated and none of them were running. It was the only real pattern that I saw in all of the machines. Everything else looks like one of the cards is at least running. You know, all the 4090s are running. So if we get this next one, the beginning of the 12 cores, the BC/PC combo kits. So this is 12 cores, 96 gigabytes of memory, RTX 4090. It's on Salad version 1.6.6. So I'm $5.60. It's a high priority job. And this next one's on a better high priority job. So this is a 12 core, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4090 on version 1.6.7. So I'm $6.27. So on this one, I think they are actually paying for a couple more cores and maybe a little bit more memory. That's why this one's making a little bit more than my other two 4090 jobs are. So for your better cards on like the 4090s, I think it can be better to have them with the more cores, because if the customers want to pay for it, they can get it. Which then is weird, because this is a 12 core machine that looks like they're paying for the more cores, whereas my one with the 20 cores, they're not paying for it and it's making less. So it's like Salad doesn't necessarily line everything up one-to-one. They line everything up as good as they can find for where everything is standing in line. So it kind of makes sense. It kind of works. So let's go to the next machine. 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070. This one is calculating. Next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This one's doing $2.62. I want to say I think this is a medium tier or medium priority job. Go to the next one, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090. This one is calculating. Yes, I got 4 of these that are calculating. So this next one, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is calculating. 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti is calculating. Yes, I don't think either of my 4070 Ti's right now have a job then either. I believe they are also both calculating. RTX, another 12 cores, 96 gigabytes. Getting ahead of myself here. RTX 3090, this one's calculating. Into the next one. 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3080. This one's doing $1.32. So my 3080 is making more than the vast majority of my 3090s are right now. I love the 3080s on Salad. I think they actually do pretty decent. I like them way more than I should. I was going to trade all my 3080s in and get 4060 Ti's, and then I just wound up not doing it because it just didn't appear to be as profitable as it looked like it was when I first started. Because I had started with 3 3080s, but I did trade one of them in for a 4060 Ti. So here we are, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, another RTX 3090 is just calculating. Ooh, alright. 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This is like a 10-cent job. I think this might be the one I traded in. Actually, I don't know what order these are anymore because I started swapping all the cards around. On these, they're not in the original spots I put them in. Because machine 1 and 3, I think I swapped them around. And then 3, I just put the new motherboard on. So, here we go. 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This one's just calculating. Boo. This next one. This is the one that I would have just rebuilt. So this is the 12 core. This is the new board I just got in a couple days ago. 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. All my 3060s are the 12 gigabyte versions. So this one's running on version 1.6.7 and it's doing $1.95. So this should be the medium tier priority job for this card. And that should be the last right now of the BC/PC combo kits. I have the server motherboards. The Threadripper technically isn't the server motherboard. That's whatever motherboard comes worked with the Threadripper. The rest of these, all the rest of those were all on the X99 motherboard. So here we get into like the actual PCs. AMD Ryzen 9, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 Ti. This one's calculating. I wouldn't doubt it if both my 3070 Ti's are also both calculating. This one I've been having some issues on with trying to get the right driver on it. I think I'm not actually on the current driver anymore. I think I'm actually on one driver previous. Because this one keeps showing me the, like the degraded memory. And then on the Chrome Remote Desktop, which can crash your job, so this isn't the best way to do it, but it is the best way we have. You can only have 20 open at a time. So I believe that is actually, that's like machine 21, I want to say. So we will look at the 4 8-core machines real quickly. This one is running on version 1.6.5. So this is the longest running job that I currently have, because this is on the oldest version of Salad. This is an i7, 8 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. It's running $1.30. I believe it's been on this job for like 10 or 11 days. We're probably at 11 days. If it's at 21 hours already, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is at 11 days already. It's been on this job, so just chucking on along and doing really good. Definitely pretty happy with that. So like some like the weird cards and the weird combinations still do pretty decently. Like some of like the stronger stuff that should be making money like isn't. So who knows what's going on with Salad most of these days. So on this next machine, i7, 8 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. This one is just calculating. Alright, on to this next one. This is an i7, 8 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070. This one is calculating. This next one, 3070. This one's just calculating too. Don't remember specifically for the 3070s. I guess that's going to be, we'll see those other 3 in the next part. Or 2 in the next part? I don't remember how many I have. I think I have 5 total, so I think I have 4 in the machines. And then the other one is sitting right there, is going to go in machine 30. So we'll have to take a look and see, are we having it too where are the 3070s just not running out? I thought some 3070s were running, but maybe they're not. So this is a Ryzen 7, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070, and this one is calculating. So we'll open all of the 5 cores. Okay, I have a 3070. You know what? I think that last 3070, I think that one is running. Pretty sure that one's in the job. So I think this 3070 here is running on a job. So maybe one of my 4 3070s are running right now. 3060 Ti is calculating. So this is i5, started the 6 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one is calculating. So I believe one of my 3060 Ti's is running. Well, I have 3 3060 Ti's, so I got another one right there too. Alright, 3060 is probably calculating. No, it's running a job. i5, 6 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060, 12 gigabyte card. Running on the new version, 1.6.9. It's doing $1.95, so this is also a high priority. So I think that means at least 2 of my 3060s are on a job right now. 3070 Ti, this is my second 3070 Ti. This is a Ryzen 5, 6 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. It's doing a 10-cent job. Because it's not a container, I'm not really going to consider this actually running. So I'll say neither of my 3070s have a job right now. i5, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3070, machine 4. Oh, this one's on a job. So maybe 50% of my 3070s are running right now. It's doing $1.30, so this is going to be a low priority job. So the 3070s aren't doing too bad. It just kind of flipped, because I think for the longest time, those first two 3070s were running and the second two weren't. And now the second two are running and the first two weren't. So, whatever. It is what it is. Ryzen 5, 6-core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one's doing $1.32, so this is a low priority job. So 2 of my 3 3060 Ti's then are running. 60. This one's probably not running. It's doing 10-cent job. So this is a 10-year-old i7 with 4-core with 16 gigabytes of DDR3 on an RTX 3060. It's currently doing a 10-cent job. This is my last 3070. Yeah, this one is running. i3, 4-core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070. This one's doing $1.30. So yeah, my two 3080s with the 8-core machines aren't running, but then one on a 5-core and one on a 4-core machine are running. So Salad's just weird. Sounds weird. Who knows? Alright, and 3080. This is my most reliable machine, but I do not believe it's actually running. I think it's about 3 days right now without being on a job, and I think it's still my most reliable running machine. Because just the amount of uptime this thing has had is insane compared to everything else. So i3, 4 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3080 is just calculating. So yeah, it looks like, I mean, for the most part, still got quite a bit running. See, now it's got the fat lines on it. I like these fat lines. I think they're easier to read than the thin lines. I don't know if that's got to do with maybe like what time of day it is, where it is, and switching over from the previous day to the next day. I don't know. If we go back and look at this, it's done a pretty good, solid job running containers. It's, you know, picking up and finishing some here and there. I'm getting a little bit of spiking and dipping, but not very much. For the most part, everything is just running pretty solid. I think the last video I did was the 3090 video, so I don't think I have a lot of comments on that one. There's pretty much all everybody saying, yeah, my 3090s aren't running either. So we are at the point I do have one of the 3090s is running. Were there any comments from the previous video I wanted to talk about? Let's see here. I keep telling myself I'm going to do this more professionally, and then I keep not doing it more professionally. Levi 8 jackpot slot said, well done. I'm keeping everyone posted. Keep them coming. Will Ab Planel P said, great video. Happy Orca, great information as usual. DJ seems at the moment an update every darn day. Yeah, because I guess the last one would have been when version 1.6.9 came out like 2 days ago. Bleach. Mine also helps with... Oh, the mining also helps with the score. So it's better than calculating. Probably. I haven't heard anyone else say that. I'm going to believe you, though. Bleach tends to know what he's talking about quite a bit. Still don't quite want to do the mining yet. I don't want that higher electric bill. My electric bill's plenty high enough. Oh, there is actually one here that does really matter. User RX4IP. Does internet speed really matter? I have 300 megabytes now. Was thinking about going to higher speed. So I was planning on doing another video on this specifically. On my phone, which I guess I don't have in here, I have in the other room. I have the my new network, my new Eero 7 Max routers I'm using. When I go into the app, I can look at every single machine and how much data it's using. Now, unfortunately, I don't necessarily know what this information means for it. Let me go grab my phone real fast. It's going to take 2 seconds. If I can figure out what this data means a little bit better, I'd like to do a video on this, but I think I need to understand what I'm looking at a little bit more here. We go into my Eero Max. logging in. So we are going to look at the server closet. Can I look at the devices? Desktop. Activity. All right, for the day, oh, total for the day. Okay, I understand this now. I was looking at it before. I was trying to figure out everything, and there's a lot of data in here, so I don't necessarily fully understand. Let's see. Can we bring this up here? So you guys, can you see that at all? Or no? That is... No, you won't be able to see it. But, so the first machine I looked at, total for the entire day, it used 200 gigabytes downloaded, and uploaded was 1.8 gigabytes. And then if we look at the next machine with the second highest usage, well, that's just for today. Okay, that doesn't work, because that's for a partial for Friday. So forget that already. Okay, so we're at the second highest one. Yeah, this is still going to be almost like nothing. So the total usage from yesterday for this machine, because this is going to be the whole graph, not the partial graph. We need the whole graph, because that otherwise it doesn't make any sense. So from yesterday, from Thursday, October 24th, my second highest usage machine downloaded 1.4 terabytes total and uploaded 13 gigabytes total. My biggest machine that used the most, no, it doesn't look like it wasn't actually active that long during the day either. I was going to just take a bunch of, you can see it wasn't active on a job all day long. But it downloaded 800 gigabytes and it uploaded 7.4 gigabytes of data. I was going to just take a bunch of screenshots and make another video on this to make this easier to understand. So my number 3 machine yesterday for Thursday, October 24th, this one was definitely working hard the entire day. It downloaded a total of 1.4 terabytes and it uploaded 15.8 gigabytes. So the most it did in a single hour would have been about 83 gigabytes. So I think as long as you're giving each machine about 100 gigabytes up, or no, 100 gigabytes download, and then like your upload, I don't even think you even need to bother tracking. You know, if they have like 5 gigabytes up, I think you're fine. Like 1 gigabyte up is probably even fine, because I don't think anywhere in the entire day I broke more than 1 gigabyte up. I'm still, it looks like the most I still had would have been 800 megabytes up for the one machine. So if you're at 100 gigabytes down and 1 gigabyte up per machine, you're perfectly fine with Salad right now. Perfectly fine. As best as I can tell from looking at these numbers. I do want to make another video on this. Take a bunch of screenshots and put them up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm actually talking about. Not just me reading it off my phone. But that's my little ancillary thing to throw in the end to try to help teach and make this video a little bit more informative. So there's a reason to watch other than seeing everything calculating and seeing how quickly I can run through and spew through it. That's my teaching for today. Knowing is half the battle. So if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, come on back. We'll make more videos and more content. the gaming channel, the ExtrmWill channel. I'm going to get something in there one of these days. I don't know which one of these days it's going to be, but one of these days I will. I have to use a bunch of vacation time before the end of the year. So I thought I could work to something weird where like you're supposed to be able to get some of it paid out as a Christmas bonus, but I haven't been there long enough because I haven't been there for a full calendar year yet, so I can't cash my vacation time out like that. I didn't use any of it all year. So like I'm about to have a whole bunch of it expire, so I'm going to take a bunch of vacation time before the end of the year. So I should be able to get some YouTube gaming in. I should. Yeah. But yeah, I put something on the gaming channel with my car if you want to check that out. I have a BMW MX2, so I made a kind of cool video on there that I like some stuff that I got off Amazon, just like some like 10 cheap things I bought off Amazon to put in the car to make it look cooler because it's an M car. So so there is some stuff on the gaming channel. It's just pretty neglected at this point, but if I tell myself I'm going to go over there, maybe I'll go over there. But yeah, if you like the tech videos though, you know, hit the like button, subscribe here. If you want to see my other weird random stuff, I do have other stuff on another channel. So on the ExtrmWill channel. The links are down below for that and for the YouTube and for Twitter. I think whenever I post a video, I post it on Twitter. So most of the time when I do it, depends how I do it. I guess when I do these pre-recorded ones in here, when I put it through the OBS studio and I upload it on the PC, it goes to Twitter. If I just record it on my phone and then put it up, I don't think it goes to Twitter. I have to do that manually, and then I don't because I'm just too lazy. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, like the video, like button, subscribe, come back. See you next time. Peace.